got the right bitch. No lefty, walking my truth, don't fuck with my 17 crawl for you walk, run it, catch me, got a sharp tongue, spit. Did y'all hear about Colin? Yes, a lot of people heard about Michelle's story because a lot of people heard about Colin's story. You know, this is America, so Colin being a white man, you know, his story got a little more coverage. So did his GoFundMe. They don't even have his GoFundMe posted anymore. That's how well it did. Please go and support Michelle's. But anyway, Colin, same weekend that Michelle was taken from us, so was Colin. Story's a bit different with Colin. Colin's life, Colin was stabbed fatally in Portland, Oregon on July 2nd, because he was protecting a friend against anti-queer harassment. This friend's name has not been released publicly, and I have not gone digging for their own safety. I have not gone digging for the identity of this person, but it has been insinuated in all the reports that I've read and seen that the person who Colin was defending was trans, or at least gender non-conforming, at least somebody who appeared trans or appeared queer in the way that they dressed and presented. Apparently, Colin had gotten off of work any other day. People began harassing and throwing slurs at one of Colin's friends. 32-year-old Colin started to defend his friend, and the man stabbed him several times around 1:49 a.m. Again, Colin had passed by the time the police had got there. This attack was so vicious on Colin that he didn't survive long enough for the police to get there either. This attack happens in southeast Portland, Oregon, outside of a bar called the High Dive. Apparently the High Dive is like a all-inclusive space, mixed crowds. You know, not uncommon to find queer people in there. They do comedy shows, that kind of thing, right? Colin simply defending his queer friends, and he is stabbed to death. It's a picture of Colin with his sister. Sister name is Danny. Shout out to Danny. Danny is the one who has been making sure that Colin's story is being heard. She's the one who's been making sure that his story is being heard. She's the one who organized his GoFundMe and all of the things. Colin is apparently, in all of my investigation, Colin just simply seems to be a good guy. A genuinely good guy. Colin seems to be one of those guys that gives us all hope in humanity. Or was one of those guys who gives us hope in humanity. I'm staying still because Colin has left a legacy. Colin has left a legacy as a hero and a protector. Colin has essentially become a martyr for trans rights, for trans equality, for trans acceptance, as well as Michelle Peacock. Sorry to have to report these stories, honey, but I can't keep doing streams and ignoring these stories that really do genuinely matter. Colin had dreams of owning his own restaurant. He was a cook at the Ox restaurant in Portland. He also served there. So I guess he had a little experience in the front of the house and the back of the house, and probably did have the skill and would have likely been very successful in the restaurant industry. I know that everybody he works with, and including the eatery itself, supports him incredibly. Rafnique Yusuf Jackson is the person who took Colin's life. Rafnique is the person who was harassing the queer presenting person. Rafnique is the person who decided to have a weapon and stab Colin so severely that he did not survive even the police arriving. In Portland, Oregon, the police are not very busy. They got there pretty quick, I'm sure. Especially on the main strip.